Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lucretia and I want to thank you for joining me today. So today is Tuesday, January 20th, and you all, I am just up this morning getting some cooking done early. I just dropped my son off to school probably about 20-30 minutes ago. So now I'm about to start my dinner early. I didn't get a chance to cook yesterday. You know, we just kind of hung around the house. We didn't do much. So I just wanted to go ahead and get some food cooked early this morning. I do have some meat that's going into the crock pot. I showed you in the last video a haul of the groceries I purchased, some of the things that I did purchase. So I'm doing the lima beans, they're on now, and I have some smoked turkey meat that I actually stuck in there in the pot as well. So that's on the stove, that's cooking on the stove now. And then now I'm about to put some boneless, skinless chicken thighs into my crock pot. I've already cleaned them, the pieces of meat this morning. I cut the excess of the fat off of it, the excess fat, the excess fat off of it, because if I don't do that, it's gonna, you can tell that texture will be inside of the pot once it's done, and I don't really like that taste. So I cut that off, and then now what I'm about to do is kind of just prep everything to go inside the pot. I pulled out all my ingredients. I'm about to chop up some of my green onions. I thought that I had already chopped them up, but I didn't. So I've washed the green onion, and I've already I'm about to chop it up now so I can get everything into the crock pot and get it cooking. So yeah, I'll just kind of join me a little bit with my recipes this morning. you guys, so I have all of my onion chopped up here, and only thing I'm using is the green onion and the yellow onion. So I have that chopped up, and I'm gonna put that away. And what I'm going to do next is go ahead and start, I already have my crock pot on, it's set on high, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start layering my meat on the inside of the crock pot. And though my crock pot is not gonna be, you know, everything is not gonna lay completely flat on its own, so what I do is just start layering everything flat that can go flat here, and then I'll just start layering everything on top of each other as much as I can, so we can get everything in here nice and neat. And typically I only do like maybe 8 or 9 pieces in here, so everything normally cooks evenly. I never have a problem with anything not cooking evenly, so as long as there's enough liquid in here, it's gonna cook the way it should. So I can get everything in here now prepped. And like I said, this is just a recipe that I saw on Pinterest about a year, probably a little bit over a year ago, and I just thought it would be an easy crock pot type of thing to do for my family. That would be easy. So just buy some regular chicken broth. That's what I use. Just any kind you want. Typically it's a Swanson, but if I see some on sale somewhere, I grab it. But I'll pour that in, and I'll pour enough to saturate. Make sure, let me grab a fork because I want to make sure that I'm saturating the bottom as well. So what I do once I start pouring it in, I just make sure I move the meat around and make sure that the broth is going in the bottom part of the crock pot as well. So, and you just measure, depending on how many pieces you put in, you can just measure as much as you think you're going to need. I don't use measuring cups. It depends. If it's a new recipe that I'm, you know, and I really want to get it, really want to get it right, I try to use measuring cups. But if it's something that I cook often, I don't use measuring cups because I now know how to, you know, gauge everything. So once I do that, I didn't get my seasonings out. Give me a second. Okay, so I wanted to show you. So I normally use like this Tony's Creole seasoning. I have some garlic powder here. I have some salt, and I'm gonna actually, we have sea salt as well, but my husband used sea salt on something he cooked the other day. It was a little too much for me. He didn't even use a lot of it, but I'm just gonna use some regular iodized salt, not a whole lot. And then I've been using the black peppercorn salt, pepper, I'm sorry, the black grounded pepper here. I really like that. So I'm gonna put those ingredients in there. Then I also use the zesty Italian. And so what I do once I get ready to put my other seasonings in, I'll just go on top with this, and everything kind of cooks and marinates itself in because there's a liquid in there. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and put our onions in first. It's normally what it doesn't matter the order. I kind of just go ahead and put all my onions and stuff in. So what we're gonna do is just kind of scrape those items in there. Y'all, I wish I could say I went messy with this, but this is kind of a messy, tedious situation. So once I get that in there, and then I'm gonna go in with some Creole seasoning on top. Not gonna do much seasoning. What I do is put so much seasoning, and once it cooks down and closer to done, I'll check it, like taste test it, and make sure that it tastes the way I want it to. But I try not to go in with a whole lot of seasoning at first, so I don't over salt it. Trying to see how to open this. Okay. So again, this is my garlic powder, and then we're gonna do some pepper. Then we're gonna do a little salt. Then I'm gonna go in. I had one that was open already, so I'm gonna use the rest of this, and then I'll use a little bit of that pack as well. And this here, the Italian seasoning, just gives it like a little high. It's not really spicy, but it gives it that high, like of a high pitch in there. Kind of just brings out the real flavor of the meat. It brings out the flavor of the dish in general, which is why I actually like the Italian seasoning. Which means when I use the Italian seasoning, I'm using it to kind of substitute putting so much of the other seasoning in. So I just try to use a little bit of everything, and I'll use a little bit more in this pack. I won't use the whole pack. And then that should be good for now. And then what I'm going to do is, and I'll just take my little spoon here, And I'm just going to kind of mix things in just a tad. You don't have to, but because it's going to all blend in eventually anyway. But just going to give you a quick show of what it looks like. This is what it looks like. So once it starts cooking, everything is going to, you know, come together in it, but it's going to be really, really good. Hi guys, so I am back. I'm sitting down now having a cup of tea. I think I showed you guys me making some tea. I just did tea and honey, my lemon ginger. No, I think it is lemon ginger tea that I did. Yeah, my Bigelow is the Bigelow brand, but I did that, and I also put a little honey in here. So my food is cooking. It's smelling good early in the morning. I was just sitting here earlier when I was straightening up the living room. I was looking at this TV. I need to clean it because my son, he says he doesn't, but he's the only one who will put his hands in my TV screen. So I'm seeing little sticky spots, but I have some towels that I use, but they're dirty, so I need to wash those. But I'm going to just kind of bring you all on the journey of my day a little bit today. I'm going to go upstairs shortly and clean my restroom, my guest bathroom. I've been procrastinating on getting in there doing a deep clean for probably 2 or 3 weeks now. Well, since my daughter left for the holiday. She left, when did she leave? I think it was right before New Year's. So I need to get in there and do a deep clean. But other than that, we're going to be just slow moving today. Like I said, I'm so happy when I can get my food on early. I am so happy about that. So yeah, we're just going to have a pretty chill day. Like I said, I just want to bring you guys along for a day in my life pretty much and just show you some of the things that I'll be doing. I'm not working today. We will have a conversation about that a little bit later, maybe in a different vlog or maybe just a sit down. But yeah, I'm just enjoying the time off. Just really want to be saturated in the Word of God as much as I can in between time, reading the Word of God and just doing some journaling and just meditating on how great God is and how His promises always come to pass for our lives. So yeah, just sitting and just wanted to just kind of now take a break since I've been moving since I dropped my son off at school this morning. But and I know how quick time goes by when I have to go back and pick him up. So yeah, but I just wanted to stop in for a few moments and just let you know that I'm taking a break in between time, drinking some tea, and once I'm done with my tea, I'll pick the camera back up and we're going to head upstairs and get that restroom done. And I need to come back downstairs and get my master bathroom cleaned as well. So hello, I am upstairs putting my gloves on. Hopefully they don't tear because I only brought one set up here. Everything, most of my cleaning products are downstairs, so it's like I have to bring multiple items up at one time, and I try to remember to grab everything so I don't have to go back down to get anything. And however, I am missing another cleaning towel, but because I try to, I use one towel for like the sink and the tub, and then I use another towel for a separate towel for the toilet area. So let me go grab that. Give me a second. So I'm just going to use some Pine Sol to kind of clean the sink area off. I have more glass cleaner downstairs, but I have just a little left in here, so I'm gonna use that to clean this area here. And then I brought some cumin up here. I'm gonna put in the toilet to scrub and mix it as well with some pine sol. So we're just gonna keep it simple today. Just kind of, you know, get everything spruced up, and I guess you'll say more like a deep clean. It's not as bad, but yeah, I want to go ahead and get this cleaned up. So I'm going to probably just do some cleaning and let you guys watch me. Last night. I'm glad I came up here today because he had some blue ice cream or something that was blue in ice cream that he had, and he must have put it in the sink up here in the guest bathroom, and it was, so I didn't want it to stain or mess up anything permanently, so I'm glad I came up in here. Hi you guys, so I want to go ahead and close out this vlog. I am headed now to go pick up my son from school. The day has really been going by pretty fast, but I hope you guys have enjoyed spending the day with me. I just wanted to show you sometimes this is how my life looks on a day-to-day basis though. I'm always cooking dinner. I always take my son back and forth to school, and you know, just doing household chores. But I really hope you guys have enjoyed it. I want to give you something a little bit different than just my exercises, but I will be putting those back in the vlog soon. I hope you guys continue to have a great day. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.